welcome to another one of these pars sitting on the floor type of things. I'm doing a slightly different format since the camera is over there and I'm over here just so I could have a little bit more ease of access to like grab the things that I want to talk about today. Um, which in this case is going to be this specific volume of Dengeki's Festival, Volume 4 from June 2006, featuring Da Capo II, specifically Asakura Yume and Asakura Otome. I was just making sure I was pointing to the right people, characters, bishoujo, from said game Da Capo II, developed by Circus. So I wanted to give a little preface. So the Dengeki's imprint is like a magazine that specifically focuses on bishoujo games, bishoujo characters. And I have a copy right here of Dengeki's from January 2007. So this is circa the release of this specific volume of Festival. And I'm gonna open up to a not so yabai page here. So this is actually interesting. Iria no Sora UFO no Natsu. There's a game based off it. Just for the sake of giving an example, this is kind of what we're going to be looking at. So this magazine, Dengeki's magazine, like the mainline one, mainly was just an advertisement for bishoujo games. It would tell you a little bit about the characters, the game that you're playing, and the different features that you might find within. And it would just sort of basically be whatever is being released that month or whatever's popular, I would assume. I haven't really delved too deep. These are just kind of things I thumb through sometimes, but that is Dengeki's magazine. It later went on to be something completely different. I have a much later volume of Dengeki's here featuring characters from Love Live Nijigasaki, one of the more recent Love Live series. This one is focusing on these two characters here, and Dengeki kind of stopped being about bishoujo games, but it remained more so on brand. Or, I mean, it continued to be on brand for just bishoujo stuff in general, which is sort of what the G was standing for originally. And then I brought this one out right here. This is Dengeki Hime, which is also by the Dengeki imprint. I think it's under ASCII or something like that. And this one is, it's another type of magazine, but it serves a slightly different niche. All of these were kind of like the same thing but a little different. And Dengeki's Festival specifically was almost essentially the same as Dengeki's magazine, except it focused primarily on one bishoujo game at a time. So it was kind of like, if you were into Da Capo II, this is a companion piece that includes various collector items that a Da Capo II fan might like, as opposed to Dengeki's magazine, which is just going to be more of a general bishoujo game type of package that, like, if you're not looking for one specific game, you're going to get this one. If you're looking for one specific game, it's going to be this one. Collector's edition, non-collector's edition, Megami Deluxe versus the regular Megami, that sort of deal. So I picked this one up recently just because I was in a Da Capo mood. I wanted some Da Capo goods, and I do like to explore the various types of like special editions of these magazines, I guess. So this one is Dengeki's Festival once again, focusing primarily on Da Capo II. This one retailed for about 1,980 yen, but I purchased it for maybe about 500 yen, so you can have these for much cheaper nowadays. I'm sure you could find them much cheaper also if you go into Japan. One of the reasons why I got this was not only just for the magazine aspect. That was a very small part, to be honest. I was mainly looking for the dakimakura as well as some of the additional items that are included, which you can see on the back. So they have an Otome and Yume jigsaw puzzle. I'm not sure how many pieces that is. And then they also have a Yume dakimakura, so she's in her pajamas there. I don't know if there's a reverse size. It does say that it is 155 by 50 centimeters right there. And then last but not least, they have a Nanaka pass case, which I'm assuming is going to be similar to an IC card holder. And I do have an IC card behind me right now, and I could grab and sort of slot in there. So this is just a Da Capo II special box. Just for my initial impressions though, this isn't like the nicest condition special box. This does have some noticeable sun damage on the back right there, which I believe is cardboard, and then the front of the magazine kind of looks similar. I mean, it's not in amazing condition, but I can't complain too much. I'm just kind of curious about the items inside, which, you know, sort of sight unseen. I haven't taken a look at the quality, so this could all just be me opening up nothing. But for the price, I wasn't going to complain too much, I guess. So first, I'm going to look at the magazine, I think. So I'm just going to kind of take a quick look here. So I don't think these are 18 plus, but right here we can see Otome Asakura featured right there, one of the main heroines of the game. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of character bios, all the sub-characters, including some of the male characters, inconsequential characters, funnily enough. Different branching story options here, various story summary stuff. They do have an interview in here by one of the creators. I think I could actually thumb through this now that I'm looking at it. I don't think I'm going to encounter anything too bad, and if I do, then I can sort of blur it out. But right here I was mentioning the character bios for a lot of the side characters, different locations that you would find yourself in the game. I mean, it's just advertisement for the game, to be honest with you. You're not really going to use this as a strategy guide, per se, because a lot of those guides are already readily available online. And I don't think I've ever seen a bishoujo game strategy guide at a store. Interview with Seiyu over there. Just, you know, various information. Now it looks like it's talking about some of the spin-off games, spin-off media, the anime. It's hard to piece this together upside down, but I'm just kind of thumbing through it here. You know, it's fairly inconsequential information. It's just one of those things that if you're into Da Capo II, you might find this to be a nice little companion piece. It is significantly thinner than Dengeki's magazine, which is kind of like a phone, maybe not a phone book, a big phone book, but it's sizable. Whereas this is more so like the type of magazine you would expect to find in America on a shelf. So here is a special box. It is taped up, but it probably has been resealed at some point, so I'm going to look at the goodies inside and see if this was a good purchase or a poor purchase. In here was, this looks like a survey. Little flyer came out. We have a cardboard sleeve that went over this. This actually does look sealed to me, unless, like I said, they resealed it. Tape looks kind of crappy though, so I'm gonna yeah, this has been opened. So let's see what the condition of the items are inside. So the first thing we have is the pass case, but I'm gonna try to get everything out. Okay, so I got everything out. So I'm going to go from order of least interesting to the most interesting, in my opinion. So the first up is going to be the pass case, no, Nanaka pass case. You know, let's just open this up. Alright, so here's the pass case. Nothing too fancy on the front. On the back, it's made out of a little plastic material. I was looking to see, because it seemed like it would need some sort of lanyard holder, but it's just kind of like a little plastic thing. Here's my Takagaki Kaede IC card holder. I'm gonna pop out my old Suika card, if I can get it out actually. There we go. it was stuck on something. So here's my Suica card, and then you would just kind of, what the heck is up with this thing? Okay. So it would be like that. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Like, this thing only has one function. Um, so there's that. I do enjoy having these otaku IC card holders, and when I was in Japan, I did use this pretty often. No one ever said anything to me about like using in my Takagaki Kaide Idolmaster Cinderella Girls official IC card holder, but like it's whatever. Next up is the Yume and Otome jigsaw puzzle, which I thought was gonna be a little bit more involved, but this is it. Like, unceremoniously, I opened up the package and it was just kind of there already assembled. Though, to be honest, I had no expectations for that. I just thought it was kind of funny that they'd include a jigsaw puzzle of all things. It was either going to be something like 1,000 pieces, or it'd be something like this. This is maybe like 100 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 70 pieces. There you go. Like, it's whatever. I don't think anyone ever gets that so they can build it. And then last but not least, we have the Yume Dakimakuro, which I will open up right now. And I'm probably going to have to shift the camera view so I can like hang it up and then I could properly showcase it. So, initial impressions, this material is kind of crappy. Alright, this isn't going to be the best view, but work with me here. Disappointingly, there is nothing on the back of this Dakimakuro cover. It's just what we see on the front right here. It's this weird kind of glossy material that it's kind of rough. I mean, I would imagine that it does have good color representation, I guess, maybe at the time, but based on even the other bootleg Dakimakuro covers I have, this is not a good material. The art is nice. It is high quality. Like I said, once again, not the best. And I'm not sure if like I'm just seeing shit, but like, doesn't it look like there's yellow right here? It's even picking up on the camera, unless, I've been staring at the light way too much. It just kind of goes down. It's very tame for what it is. Yume does look cute, but and like for a pack-in Dakimakuro that I got for free with a magazine that I paid less than 2,000 yen for, I'm not complaining. It would be nicer to have something as a collector. I wouldn't mind paying a little bit more. But it's neat overall. The whole little package, I think, was sort of good for the price, I would say. Especially since you got 3 little collectible things and a magazine to thumb through. So I guess if you are a fan of the specific bishoujo game that is featured in Dengeki G's Festival, then it would be worth buying. But if you're just after the collectibles, they're not really all that interesting. Still cool to unpack nevertheless, and thanks for watching. Oh, and I just want to showcase this right now since I just thought about it, but over here in this corner of the room, I don't know how well it's picking up because the light is really poor and this camera is even worse. But I do have the Asakura Yume Nijigen Cosplay t-shirt that I purchased off Lanchinban and then imported through my proxy. Still got the tags on it. Got some old school cosplay next to the new Daki. It's gonna have that over there on this side of the wall. They have some cool decorations now that the air conditioning unit is pulled out.